Most people who have big bellies will spend less time in front of their dressing mirror as they prepare to go out. They react based on the images that stare back at them. The reactions of these people are mostly in the form of a frown, followed by various forms of attempts to tuck in their fat tummies. Most often, the problem is usually the size of the stomach. Big belly and smart dressing don't go hand in hand. The type of food consumed by these people could be the major problem because there are certain foods to avoid to lose belly fat. An average person dislikes having a vast midsection, and it is not just because it hinders the achievement of a smart and lovely look in a stunning outfit. The consequences of a big belly go beyond merely disfiguring the individual's figure. As you begin to grow old, fats are mostly stored in some parts of the body, especially the belly. This could become a serious health problem if it is not quickly addressed, thereby leading to health issues, including diabetes and heart diseases. Therefore, let us consider 10 foods to avoid to lose belly fat. 1. Sugary liquids. A lot of sweet liquids like juices from fruits, sports drinks, soft drinks, and sodas contain a very high amount of sugar. Since they have high sugar content, they supply the body with a heap load of calories when consumed. However, the problem is that they do not furnish the body with essential nutrients for healthy living. The person who consumes much of these drinks will most likely be getting more of their daily calorie requirement from the liquid. Consequently, this may lead to a surplus intake of the daily calorie because the person still has to eat solid food. This surplus calorie may eventually lead to undesired weight gain. According to the dietary guidelines for Americans between 2015 and 2020, it is advised that the volume of total calories provided by sugary fluids should be reduced. The investigation reported that an average American consumes nothing less than 17 teaspoonfuls of sugar daily, which is against the recommended 12 teaspoonfuls per day. Another study conducted in 2015 associated a massive gain in weight for both children and adolescents with the consumption of sugar obtained from consuming sugary fluids. When binge drinking or overeating, one tends to reach for foods high in sugar. Foods with a high amount of fructose contribute to fat buildup around the liver and belly. Avoid soft drinks, alcohol in excess, dried fruits, candies, jams, canned fruit, desserts, condiments with added sugars, and energy drinks. 2. Baked foods. These foods are major culprits because they are usually prepared with a lot of sugar, especially high fructose corn syrup. A 2015 research observed that some individuals who consume food containing fructose tend to have a higher craving for food and are quick to become hungry. The participants who did not consume much fructose were observed to be less hungry and desirous of food. Most foods that have been baked are usually rich in unhealthy fat, like saturated and trans fats. Trans fats, according to research conducted in 2016, were said to have enormous influence on the cause of obesity in mice. The Food and Drug Administration also noted that the removal of partially hydrogenated oils from foods may reduce the rate of cases of heart attacks and sudden death. Some examples of baked foods to be avoided include confectionery and pastries. Also, foods with a large amount of nutritive sweetness and fructose should not be considered for consumption at all. 3. French fries. When you fry your food, it will most likely contain a high volume of calories, unhealthy fats, and salt. Most restaurants and eating places deep fry their fries to make them crispy. The danger in this, however, is that a considerable amount of calories and fat is eventually invested in such food. In a study carried out in 2017 on about 4,440 individuals between the ages of 45 and 75 who consume potatoes, it was discovered that people who ate fried potatoes not less than 2 times a week were at higher risk of dying before those who consume the food less often. It is, therefore, advisable to avoid eating French fries and other fried food regularly. Eating fresh salad and fruits will serve you better. 4. Cracker and chips. These foods are included on this list because of their processed nature. They are usually rich in calories and usually also contain fat, salt, and simple carbohydrates. In Brazil, it was observed during research that there was a connection between obesity and fast foods. So, instead of chips, you can snack on carrots and toasted nuts to mimic the crunchiness. 5. White bread and pasta. These foods are to be avoided to lose belly fats because they are usually made from wheat flour that has been refined. The refined wheat flour is generally rich in simple carbohydrates and calories, but lacking in other essential nutrients such as fiber and protein. Instead of eating this type of pasta and bread, it is better to eat whole grain pasta and bread. This is advised because whole grain wheat is rich in fiber and other nutrients. This food also healthily fills the stomach. Whole grain wheat such as brown rice flour and whole rye flour are healthy alternatives to take while trying to reduce overall weight gain. A bowl full of spaghetti, linguine, or a heaping plate of lasagna may look appetizing, but it might be extending your waistline and contributing to a beer belly. It is vital to eat a diet with more fiber than relying on refined carbs, like pasta, to stay fuller longer. Complex carbs can help trigger weight loss and a flatter belly, but refined pasta can help you pack on the pounds. 6. Energy and granola bars. This type of food usually contains a high volume of fiber and protein, but at the same time, it could include a considerable amount of sugar. Although most people enjoy consuming this type of food, it is not ideal for people who are looking forward to losing some unwanted belly fat. In place of the energy and granola bars, you should feed on diced apple and peanut butter, berries, and plain Greek yogurt, as well as hard-boiled eggs. 7. Sweetened dried fruits. When fruits are dry, they tend to be made up of a high concentration of fructose. It is therefore easy to conclude that dried fruit contains more sugar and calories than the fresh kind. This does not, however, mean you cannot eat up some dried fruits while trying to lose weight. Moderation is always the key. You must also ensure that you are not consuming dried fruits that have been sweetened by the addition of sugar. 8. Alcohol. It is usually advised that anyone hoping to shed some weight around the midsection should avoid alcohol. This is because most alcoholic drinks have high calories and sugar content without the essential nutrients needed for healthy living. The National Institute of Alcohol Abuse and Alcoholism has said that drinking a certain amount of alcohol will supply the body with more calories than is required for a healthy lifestyle. You can drink with moderation certain types of alcohol like red wine and some pure alcohols like rum, vodka, and gin while aspiring for weight loss. However, these permitted alcohols must be consumed responsibly. For instance, according to the 2015 to 2020 Dietary Guidelines for Americans Recommendations, the man is advised to take no more than 2 cups of drinks per day, while for the female folks, a maximum of 1 cup per day is considered suitable. 9. Processed meat. What makes this kind of food unsuitable for you is the fact that they have undergone various types of food processing in the food manufacturing factories. These meats could have either been fermented, canned, smoked, or dried, and don't forget that they are usually packed and preserved to have a longer shelf life. These meat types most times have high salt content as a result of the processing. They lack the majority of the essential nutrients that the body needs to stay healthy. Apart from that, they also have high calorie content when compared to other sources of protein like fish, beans, poultry, and so on. According to the International Agency for Research Cancer, IARC, meats have undergone processing of any kind are carcinogenic, which means that they can result in some types of cancers. This is to tell you that processed meats like hot dogs, ham, salami, jerky, and bacon, to mention a few, should be avoided if you genuinely aim at burning belly fat. 10. Ice cream. Most types of ice creams are usually rich in calories and sugar content, and unfortunately, the best that this creamy dessert can provide you with is very little or no protein and fiber content. The recommended amount of ice cream is usually pegged at about half a cup, but this advice may be unused, as it is quite easy to forget the recommended ratio while enjoying it. In place of ice cream, you can decide to go for frozen fruits and some delicious combinations of Greek yogurt and chopped fruits. No matter how much you love to consume any of the categories of diet discussed above, you must make it a point of duty to avoid these foods to lose belly fat. These were some of the 10 foods to avoid to lose belly fat. Do let us know in the comments section about your thoughts and keep watching for more amazing videos. Please subscribe to The Health Awareness. Thanks for watching.